Today we are looking into the punk subgenres in fiction, and it's gonna be a quick one. These unique subgenres blend elements of technology, history, and imagination to create captivating stories and worlds that challenge our perceptions and explore the boundaries of what's possible. Let's take a look at each of these subgenres, the themes and ideas they represent, and some of the most quintessential examples of each.
All Them Punks, a guide to the punk subgenres. Steampunk.
First up is steampunk. We all know steampunk. Steampunk blends Victorian era aesthetics and steam powered technology with futuristic elements. Steampunk stories often explore the impact of technology on society, the class divisions of the Victorian era, and the potential consequences of unchecked progress.
Some of the most iconic examples of steampunk include The Difference Engine by William Gibson and Bruce Sterling, Mortal Engines by Philip Reeve, and the graphic novel series The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen by Alan Moore and Kevin O'Neill. Cyberpunk.
Next is Cyberpunk, which focuses on high-tech, futuristic settings where advanced technology coexists with societal decay and oppressive corporate control. Cyberpunk stories often explore themes of identity, free will, and the blurred lines between human and machine.
Classic examples of cyberpunk include Neuromancer by William Gibson, Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson, and the film Blade Runner directed by Ridley Scott. Dieselpunk.
Dieselpunk combines the technology and aesthetics of the interwar period with speculative elements and gritty industrial settings. Dieselpunk stories often explore the impact of war and technology on society, the rise of tyrannical regime, and the struggle for individuality in a conformist world.
Notable examples of dieselpunk include The Man in the High Castle by Philip K. Dick, the Leviathan series by Scott Westerfeld, and the video game BioShock developed by 2K Boston. Atompunk.
Atompunk is inspired by the mid-20th century atomic age and features retro-futuristic technology and aesthetics, often focusing on space exploration and atomic energy. Atompunk stories explore the optimism and paranoia of the early Cold War era, the promise and peril of nuclear power, and the dream of space travel.
Examples of atompunk include The Chrysalids by John Wyndham and the Fallout video game series by Interplay Entertainment and Bethesda Game Studios, which has been adapted to streaming service by Amazon Prime. Biopunk.
Biopunk explores the implications of advanced biotechnology, genetic engineering, and synthetic biology, often in dystopian or cyberpunk-like settings. These biopunk stories challenge us to consider the ethical and social implications of manipulating life itself, from creating new species to enhancing human abilities.
Quintessential examples of biopunk include The Wind-Up Girl by Paolo Bacigalupi, the Oryx and Crake trilogy by Margaret Atwood, and the film Gattaca, directed by Andrew Niccol. Solarpunk.
Solarpunk envisions optimistic futures where technology and society harmoniously integrate with nature, emphasizing sustainability and renewable energy. Solarpunk stories explore the potential for human ingenuity and cooperation to solve the challenges of climate change, resource depletion, and social inequality.
Examples of solarpunk include New York 2140 by Kim Stanley Robinson, and the anthology Sun Vault, Stories of Solarpunk and Eco-Speculation, edited by Phoebe Wagner and Bronte Christopher Wieland. Clockpunk.
Clockpunk focuses on clockwork mechanisms and Renaissance-era technology, exploring the intersection of art, science, and magic in a time of great discovery and upheaval. Clockpunk stories often feature intricate puzzles, secret societies, and larger-than-life personalities, from maverick inventors to mystical alchemists.
Notable examples of clockpunk include Mainspring by Jay Lake, The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick, and the graphic novel series Lady Mechanica by Joe Benitez. Splatterpunk.
Splatterpunk. It's basically just gore. So, Splatterpunk focuses on extreme horror with graphic depictions of violence and gore, exploring the darkest depths of human nature and the fragility of the human body. Splatterpunk stories challenge us to confront our deepest fears and taboos, from the monstrous to the common or mundane.
Iconic examples of splatterpunk include The Books of Blood by Clive Barker, American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, and the film Saw, directed by James Wan. Stonepunk.
Stonepunk imagines prehistoric or ancient societies with advanced technology made from stone, bone, and other primitive materials. Stonepunk stories explore the ingenuity and adaptability of early human cultures, the relationship between technology and the environment, and the enduring human quest for knowledge and discovery.
Examples of Stonepunk include The Clan of the Cave Bear by Gene M. Owell, and the video game Horizon Zero Dawn, developed by Guerrilla Games. Nanopunk.
Nanopunk centers around nanotechnology and its impact on society, exploring themes of surveillance, control, and the blurring of boundaries between organic and inorganic matter. Nanopunk stories imagine a world where microscopic machines can transform matter, heal diseases, and even control human behavior.
Quintessential examples of nanopunk include The Diamond Age by Neil Stephenson, the Nexus series by Ramez Naam, and the TV show Altered Carbon, created by Laeta Kalogridis. Elfpunk.
Elfpunk brings the traditional fantasy elements like elves and magical creatures into modern urban setting, exploring the clash and the synthesis of the ancient and the new. Elfpunk stories often features outsider characters navigating the complexities of modern life while grappling with their magical heritage and the prejudices of society.
Notable examples of Elfpunk include The Iron Dragon's Daughter by Michael Swanwick, the Borderlands series by Terry Windling and Mark Allen Arnold, and the film Bright, directed by David Ayer. Mythpunk.
Finally, we have Mythpunk. Mythpunk reinterprets and subverts traditional myths and folklore, blending ancient tales with contemporary themes and settings. Mythpunk stories challenge our assumptions about the nature of reality and the role of storytelling in shaping our understanding of the world.
Iconic examples of Mythpunk include American Gods by Neil Gaiman, the Thessaly trilogy by Joe Walton, and the Sandman comics by, once again, Neil Gaiman, which has also been adapted to the small screen in the form of a Netflix series.
So there you have it, a mini deep dive into the top 12 most fascinating punk subgenres in fiction. Now, tell me in the comments if I missed some of these punk subgenres they keep inventing. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. When I've been researching this stuff, it's just like these are just urban fantasies. Yeah, they're just urban fantasies. That's it. It's flat out urban fantasies. Steampunk, it can be like a sci-fi fantasy. Cyberpunk, definitely sci-fi. Dieselpunk, a subgenre of steampunk. Atompunk, sci-fi. Biopunk, sci-fi. Solarpunk, sci-fi. The only positive kind of. It's not dystopian. Solarpunk is. Clockpunk, Splatterpunk. This is just straight up gore. That's it. Just gore. Depression, gore. Guts. Stonepunk, I don't know what Stonepunk is. When I research it, is Flintstones came up, maybe? Nanopunk, sci-fi. I just imagine like Tony Stark donning that nanotechnology armor that he has. Elfpunk, that's straight up urban fantasy. Mythpunk, same with Elfpunk.